Nodirbek Abdusattorov vs Gukesh Freestyle Chess Grand Slam Tour Round Robin Round 1. Welcome to another exciting chess battle. Today, we have a thrilling encounter from the Freestyle Chess Grand Slam Tour Round Robin in Weissenhaus, Germany. It's a high-stakes Round 1 for match between grandmasters Nodirbek Abdusattorov and Gukesh. Let's break down this game and see how it unfolded.
d4, d5, f3, f5, knight h3, knight f6, knight f4, knight f7, knight d3, e6, bishop g3, bishop d6, e3, bishop b5, bishop takes d6, c takes d6, knight hf2, queen d7, b3, short castle, queen d2, rook ac8, king b2, e5, a4, bishop a6, knight b4, bishop takes f1, rook takes f1, a5, knight a2, b5, a takes b5, queen takes b5, knight c3, queen b6, rook a4, rook c7, rook fa1, rook fc8, knight fd1, knight d8, rook takes a5, f4, rook 1 a4, f takes e3, queen takes e3, e takes d4, queen takes d4, queen takes d4, rook takes d4, knight c6, rook a takes d5, knight takes d4, rook takes d4, d5, g4, g5, rook d2, king g7, knight b5, rook d7, knight e3, king g6, knight f5, h5, h3, rook e8, knight bd4, rook e1, rook g2, h4, f4, rook a7, knight f3, rook ea1, king c3, g takes f4, knight 5 takes h, king g7, king d4, rook d1 check, king e5, rook e7, king takes f4, rook e4 check, king g3, d4, knight f5 check, king g6, knight 3 h4, king g5, knight f3 check, king g6, rook d2, rook takes d2, knight takes d2, rook e2, knight f3, rook takes c2, knight 5 takes d4, rook c3, h4, knight e4 check, king f4, knight c5, h5 check, king h7, knight g5 check, king h8, b4, knight d3 check, king f5, knight takes b4, knight f7 check, king g8, king g6, knight d5, knight h6 check, king h8, knight hf5, rook c8, h6, rook g8 check, knight g7, rook f8, knight df5, rook f6 check, king h5, king h7, g5, rook g6, king h4, knight e3, king h5, knight d5, knight e8, knight f4 check, king h4, knight e6, knight f6 check, king h8, knight e4, knight takes g5, knight takes g5, rook takes h6 check, knight takes h6, king g7, knight g4, king g6, knight e3, king f6, king g4, king e5, king f3, king f6, king f4, king e7, king e5, king d7, knight e6, king c6, knight d4 check, king c5, knight dc2, king c6, knight f5, king c5, knight d6, king c6, knight e4, king d7, knight d4, king e7, knight d6, king d7, knight 6f, king c7, king d5, king d7, knight e6, king e8, king e5, king d7, knight fd4, king e7, knight c5, king f7, knight f5, king g6, knight e4, king f7,